It is relevant. So, for example, if it contains a holiday leave procedure, you are expected to comply with it. It does form part of the contract, but it is, because it is a separate document, and something that applies to everybody, you can amend it, which is the advantage of having it as a separate document. You know, you could have 10 members of staff and you could have 10 different contracts. So, you know, what you pay each member of staff is different, and what their notice period might be different, and restraint of trade clauses might be different. But things like your holiday leave and your sick leave apply to everybody across the board for the greater good of how the company is run. I've had cases where people have challenged how the handbook has been applied. The most controversial one is always how holiday leave is applied, and when people exercise a discretion and don't follow the procedure, and whether or not it is fair and reasonable. So people who have taken holiday even though they haven't had the appropriate approval, and is that absent without leave, and does that justify dismissal? But I've never had, and I've had people get into difficulties because they don't have proper procedures, and then there is an ambiguity as to whether or not somebody was in breach of contract for taking holiday. But no, I've never had anybody challenge the handbook itself or changes to a handbook, as long as what I would normally say is you refer to it in the contract and you say we have a handbook, we reserve the right to update it from time to time, and as long as it is applied fairly to everybody through the company, I've never seen a handbook be challenged as a separate document.